Hey, YouTube guys, once again, thank you for your support and following my channel. Guys, I'm going to be rolling with more draft champions. Once again, it's just kind of my preference on the play mode. I just feel like the teams are a little bit more even and it gets people out of their comfort zones. I'm going to be using the New York Giants as my base playbook, so offense and defense and stuff like that. And one of the reasons why I did choose the New York Giants is because it is a 34 defense. And a new defense I'm running right now is been basically the 34 odd. It's something that just came back to. I think this year for me it's been a struggle to find a unique defense out there. So I know a lot of people like using 3-3-5 wide, and you know, a lot of the meta defenses out there and the 3-3-5 odd defenses that a lot of pros are doing. But I like to use stuff that's a little bit different. And one of the reasons why I do like this odd 34 defense is because basically it just something that people aren't seeing a lot, and it has a lot of flexibility, and I also have some pretty good blitzes that I can use against my opponent. So right here I think my opponent run committed because this tight end was just wide open on a corner route and was able to go up after I got a quick stop. So I want to talk about basically this gameplay. The reason I show you my gameplay is because I wanted to show you that the diversity of my schemes and how I run my schemes and how I run my defenses are effective. They work against you know, top players. This guy that I'm playing against right now, he plays draft champions all the time, and he has a little bit over 500 wins on draft champions. So the guy's clearly playing a ton of games on draft champions. So he knows basically what he's doing. It seemed like he sprinkled a lot of like stock plays where he was just going to go ahead and just, you know, run stock plays and stuff like that. But you know, you're going to see some of the things I'm doing on defense is going to kind of mess this guy up. Standard trip set right here. It looks like verticals. He's got 2 in routes. I don't understand the read with that. Almost picked that ball off right there. He just threw it right over the top against me. Right here in under center formation, I'm going with basically cover 2 shell. Gets a really good run with his offensive line, gets it down to the 1 yard line. I crunched my line, but I actually spread out my defensive line, and he's able to go ahead and find the A gap and actually go ahead and punch it in for a touchdown. So scores tied 7-7 in this type of situation. I'm using basically 2 different formations in this gameplay. I'm coming out of basically a shotgun formation, and then I'm jumping into deuce close, just making reads from there. I'm using deuce close more than anything else for basically running formation, but I have a couple pass plays. This is my base play that I'm using out of this. Want to go ahead and just make sure I force my opponent to defend that flat route, and that opens up the over the top route, corner route, and I've got basically kind of a wheel and a streak, a route that kind of posts over the middle. Right here, quickly audible into deuce close, hit him with an 0-1 trap with the scheme. So I'm going to post this scheme for you guys just to see what I'm doing. It's not, I wouldn't say it's the best scheme that I put together, but just because the plays are not phenomenal, but you'll see me win games with it. Like a lot of people have a hard time with it. It gives me the ability to go ahead and run the ball when I want to, and also I have some pass plays. Right here I get away with one. I threw it to coverage, and that's the one thing about draft champions is that sometimes your opponents won't get the animations that they want. As results, you can get away with some passes. So you can't risk, you can be a little bit risky with draft champions just because the players don't play that well. So right here, I go in Claude flats. This guy, I think, was hitting some flats against me in the previous thing. Once again, it goes to the outside. Claude flat does not carry, actually sticks to the numbers, and the guy doesn't carry over, so he kind of finds a weakness right there. Right here, he throws right in front of my one dude, gets a completion, and smartly kicks the field goal. So this guy was smart, intelligent, but because I got a turnover on downs, he basically was in a tough situation, because if I score a touchdown and stay up by 2 possessions, I can milk the clock against him and put him in a hard situation. So right here, back to my base play. Corner route typically is available against man reads, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that. It's just that route gets really nice and flat, so you can get that. And back to the 0-1 trap. I think what I was doing with the 0-1 trap was flipping it, because this guy was using defensive linemen, so that was a little bit weird. I wasn't really getting a very good rush against this guy, especially when I went to the inside zone. It seemed like he was always block shedding off his dude. right here, looking for the corner with the running back. Actually hit a guy right over the middle. I don't know where his guys were in the middle of the field, but basically hit Waller over the middle of the field. And you can see I'm just chewing the clock down as much as possible. I just want to take away a quarter and put him in a situation where he's going to have to figure out how to stop me in the fourth quarter with limited time. So look how I'm just chewing the clock down, chewing it down. Another great thing about this particular play is that if you do streak up your running back and he's playing zone, you can hit just a streak with the running back into the weakness of the zone, because of the way those routes clear that area out. So I like to have that in my back pocket down in the red zone against my opponent. So third right here, I go into man coverage. Just switch things up a little bit. Go in man coverage. He misreads it, and this guy basically checks out after this. He knows the game's pretty much over just because I was ice cold on offense, and he had too many stops. So we're going to go jump into another game. Now this game is going to be much better than the first one. For the majority of for the first half of the game, and then it's going to start getting kind of ugly. But this opponent that I'm running against, you had obviously Jackson is his quarterback. He was a scrambler, and he had an arsenal of one-play touchdowns. Now, the funny thing is, I actually had a subscriber post something on one of my recent videos on how he appreciates my videos primarily because I don't just show all one-play touchdowns. I show a lot of concepts and schemes and stuff like that. This guy basically he was either trying to hit me over the top for a one-play touchdown, or he just took off this quarterback. This is a good read right here. He actually set me up for a big completion in the next play. So he just basically did a simple bench concept and hit the underneath, and then it comes back on the next play, or it comes back on another play right here to get a touchdown. So you can see right here, he's hitting me with a deep cover 3 bomb right there. I didn't have it. I was supposed to play down on that defense, and the way I'm running my defense is that deep half. I have to use it another way. So that was just a bad decision by me from the standpoint of doing that. So this play, once again, I'm coming out of this formation right here. I'm coming out of this close Y formation, and then I'm audibling down because I've got 2 tight ends. I'm audibling down into a single into deuce close, so that allows me to basically be able to have the ability to run the ball against my opponent whenever I want to. So that's one of the reasons why I like running with a twin tight end set. So right here, I go ahead and just do a standard, cover 2 shell with basically a deep third. He finds and dots me up with a corner route, so this guy knows what he's doing. That was a phenomenal play. So once again, I do the same kind of a coverage, and then I fall back. I should have stayed underneath for the dragger. So this guy's making some pretty good reads. He's taking off this quarterback. There was nobody out there with this quarterback, and so actually once he takes off, I had a bunch of guys falling back into zones. He takes off this quarterback, so I've got to deal with this guy's scrambling quarterback. He's throwing you over the top. He knows how to hit corners. So this guy's got a complete offense. He knows exactly what he wants to do. So I've got to find some type of a defense to stop this guy. So right here, I get away with him. Look at this through. So Waller, he tries to click on. He doesn't get the animation. Waller comes down with it. So that could have got really, really ugly really soon. Right here, I go ahead and just do an inside zone. 3rd and 6 situation. I'm going to have a running back on the backside that if it's man or zone coverage right here, and this is what happens. When I was in the lab and I was actually trying to throw that post route, I kept overthrowing it, throwing it to the middle safety, and it did exactly what it was doing in the lab, just because I didn't pass lead it correctly. I got to pass lead it off towards the sideline and not straight up, and as a result, I throw a ball right to a safety. So this guy takes up this quarterback once again. I've got contains out there. I'm trying to go ahead and stop his quarterback, but he's just basically just destroying me and dots me up on a little crosser on the backside. So this guy's just eating my lunch right now, and I have no way to stop it whatsoever. I can't stop this guy's offense. He's just killing me right now. So down 7-21, and look at this. Madden love EA helps me to get a nice return touchdown. I get the ball in the second half, so I kind of wanted to take it down in the 2-minute warning and get the score tied up, but you just can't give up those points, especially in these high-scoring games. So once again he takes off this quarterback. So this guy was just basically he was just eating me up with this quarterback route right here. So he's in a trip set right here. I'm using. He sees Tariq Hill over the top, catches the ball, and then he starts dancing. And look at this animation. This is why you don't celebrate when you're going into the end zone. Don't do stuff like that, because this crap happens to you. So this is where the game changed, man. It completely changed right after that play. He would have been up basically by 2 scores, and because he got stupid and he started celebrating and getting cocky, the wheels fell off against him. So right here, I'm able to go and pop him, get him down to the 18-yard line. I've got a couple of timeouts. I'm going to do a nice little inside zone. I want to go and chew up this clock against this guy. I want to score, take down the clock as much as possible, and not give this guy a shot. So right here, Madden Mojo once again bails me out. I throw a ball right in front of his defender. He doesn't click on it properly. He doesn't pick it off, and as a result, I get the score tied at 21-21 going into the second half. So a game that potentially could have been out of reach, I flip it back because I get a BS EA freaking interception. Right here, I go ahead and drop it down to the guy underneath, but I get a knockout ball in the end zone. He should have been up by 2 scores, but because he got cocky, he actually lost on it. So right here, I hit a little hitch route. Animation's late with him for trying to click on, and I'm just chewing the clock down as much as possible. Here's a formation, didn't show him the entire game. This formation I typically don't jump into, but I actually hit a little wheel route right here. 3rd and 1 situation, inside zone, misses the dive into the end, or into the backfield, and as a result, I'm able to do that. So now I decided to send the 34 odd pressure against him. I'm going to go ahead and just try to send some pressure against him. 3rd and 6 situation. Sending the pressure once again. He doesn't know where to go with his quarterback. He doesn't make his reads correctly right here, and I get him into a 3rd and long. He huddles. I'm going to just go into cover 4. I think I was trying to play the sticks in this. Of course, this guy has to no huddle because he's frustrated. And right here, I've got guys going off the sidelines. He throws the sidelines, and I fortunately knock the ball out. He doesn't keep it in, and as a result, I get the ball back. So up basically by 2 scores against my opponent. He could have been potentially up by 2 scores. He was just dropping dimes on me left and right, and now I'm going to switch over my defense. So basically what he was doing, he's just trying to wait for the defensive breakdown, and he was destroying my zone, so I had to go into man coverage, and as a result, he started misreading stuff right here. So nice little catch on the sideline. I had to play over the top. I couldn't let this guy beat up this half, but basically what I'm doing is putting a cloud flat out to the left, and then I've got man coverage. Right here, I get another interception against him because he just misreads it. I'm running just basic man coverage and making a couple of zone adjustments. I'm playing the safety over the top, and he's in serious bind. So I'm just going to keep milking the clock right now. I'm basically up by 2 possessions. Even if I settle for 3, I'm fine. I want to win this game. This guy had this game in control, and he basically got cocky, and he got EA punished him for basically showboating into the end zone, and now I'm going to make him pay for it. So I spied up my outside guy right there, man coverage. He's not making reads. The momentum's on my side, and basically I go ahead and get another interception. He basically let me finish the game out, but once again I'm able to go and pick up a victory. So guys, I really appreciate your support. I'll post basically this offense if you haven't seen it already, and I'll also go and show you some of the adjustments I'm doing on defense too. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.